Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza. For the next 30 days, we're going to learn to build better habits in health, fitness, relationships, business, and overall well-being by making small mindset shifts that make a big difference. Contrary to how it may seem, the path to any success is achieved by taking small, consistent action over time. Someday is not a day of the week, so the time to level up is now, because you were made for greatness. It'll be a marathon, not a sprint, and together we'll take it one step, 1 mile, one day at a time. Welcome to the Mindset Mile. You ready? Hey fam, welcome back to the Mindset Mile podcast. Today, I want to share with you a pretty personal and vulnerable story. One that when I look back on now, I feel a little silly because of, but only now with my hindsight can I take away the lesson and actually share it. This is a story that may be more relatable to the ladies, but I think regardless if you're a guy or gal listening to this, you'll be able to take something away from this lesson. I always felt like I was on the fence about having kids. Everyone said that one day it would just change and that I'd just feel ready, but honestly, I can't say I had that sudden sense of urgency. If anything, I wanted a family for later in life, so there was this small feeling inside of me that felt a little pressure from a societal timeline to at least start trying, but I never had a burning desire to have a baby. I watched friend after friend and announcement after announcement with pure joy for others without ever feeling like I wished it was me. My mom had me when she was 40 and raised me as a single working parent, and she was a great one, but wow, did she sacrifice everything to do it. There were a lot of years where she struggled to stay in our house, in the town I was raised in with the friends that I loved. I don't know how she did it, but I don't remember missing out on a single thing I ever wanted to do, from playing sports, auditioning for and performing in plays, weekly piano lessons for 11 years, after school events. I mean, you name it, and my hand was in that pot. When she wasn't working, she was seeing to it that I got to go after everything I wanted to pursue, as well as keeping up with our house and everything in between. I don't remember her doing anything for herself, ever. To be honest, I don't even remember her being tired, even though I'm certain that was not the case. All this to say, the example I had of what it looked like to be a parent seemed like so much sacrifice for someone who felt unsure about kids. I spent years building my life into something I loved, and I just couldn't imagine giving up so much of my time, freedom, and energy. Which is actually kind of ironic, considering I really do love taking care of others and doing things for people. I'll never forget the morning I realized I was 5 days late, took a test that turned out to be positive. I've never fainted in my life, but damn, that was close. I was in complete shock and could barely speak English when I went to go tell my husband. The next few weeks, I felt like I was getting crushed by wave after wave of sadness that my world was about to change drastically forever. The reality started to shake me to the point of depression. Hello, first trimester hormones. For the month of January, I cried every day, and I felt trapped in this selfish thought loop of only what I'd be losing, not what I'd be gaining. And on top of that, I was layering a thick pile of shame because who in the world stays upset this long over something that should be such an exciting time of life? I felt buried, so not like myself, and it felt like that's how it would be forever. All I had ever seen was people's pure joy when they found out that they were pregnant, so I felt like I was expected to feel the same, and when I didn't, I felt completely isolated. I even dreaded telling my family and my closest friends because I was so embarrassed that my delivery or my reaction would not be what they expected. So I kept it to myself for a long time, even though I was desperate for someone to validate my feelings. After about 12 weeks, it started to feel like the cloud was lifting. I was able to settle into my new reality with a bit more grace, but the road ahead was still long and not without its major ups and downs. 2020 will be a year that will be written in history books. Throw in a pregnancy and birth, and it's safe to say that the myriad of emotions felt on a deep, deep level were nothing short of overwhelming at times. Why am I sharing this with you, and what does it have to do with you? Well, in short, you were created for such a time as this. I don't know what your quote unquote this is, but whatever fear you have surrounding that situation or thought, you are in the exact right place. You can handle whatever it is you're going through, even if it may not feel like it right now. They're called growing pains for a reason. But you will come out a better, stronger, more compassionate version of yourself when you do. There's no amount of anxiety that can change the future. I'll say that again. There's no amount of anxiety that can change the future. I had a lot of pent-up worry and anxiety about how life was going to change and what it would look like, but worrying about it was not going to give me the answers. I'm sure you've had a curveball thrown at you where it felt like life was turned upside down. But the only way to find the purpose in the doubt, wonder, and worry is to live your way into the answers. Just because you can't see the solution to something in the moment doesn't mean that there isn't one. I also want to remind you that you can trust yourself to figure it out. Look at all the times in your life where you couldn't see the path, but you figured it out as you went. We are very quick to forget how far we've come when we're faced with another trial. So here's your prompt to look back for your evidence that you can do hard things. You can withstand change. You can evolve. You are resilient. And probably to your own surprise, it'll all be worth it. It's not a matter of if life will throw you a curveball. It's a matter of when. Don't fear them. Expect them. Look forward to the person you'll become because of them. If you're loving this podcast, it would mean the world to me if you rated, subscribed, and shared it with a friend. Be sure to tag me on your walks or runs at Aisha Zaza and hashtag Mindset Mile. That's all we have for today, my friends. Remember, the big things don't happen overnight. It's the small things done consistently that make the big things possible. You are capable and you are worthy. Make it a great day.